How's it going, all my gnarly ones out there? It's Gator Mike in the booth again tonight. Good evening and welcome to the North American eRacing League coverage and broadcast of the NARL's Gander RV and Outdoor Truck Series here this evening. And boy, do we have quite the show scheduled for you tonight. In what has turned into one of the best spectacles on the NASCAR circuit, the NARL's Truck Series gets a curveball thrown at them tonight as they leave the comfort of asphalt to take on a whole new challenge: dirt racing at Eldora Speedway. Joining me in the booth tonight, I have a two-time NARL Cup Series winner, including last night in our Coca-Cola 600 Big Jim. How you doing tonight, Jim?
Doing great. I'm really looking forward to tonight's race. We didn't see them go to Eldora last season. We'll see them go this season.
Yep, this is the this first season for the Truck Series, so they are making their first ever stop here at Eldora in the North American eRacing League. But Jim, my big question is, what do these drivers have in store for tonight, and what are the biggest challenges they are going to face making this transition from asphalt over to dirt?
Oh, it's a whole different kind of racing, Gator. You're going to be seeing a lot of side-by-side action, but the main thing is going to be trying to hold on to the corner or hold on to the line in the corner. You're going to be sliding. You're going to have to control that slide all the way out, trying to keep the momentum up, going through each and every turn. It's going to be a lot about consistency and who can really hold the bottom.
Now, that's funny you say that. Is the bottom going to be the preferred lane? Because usually here at Eldora, these guys can manage to make the high lane work and manage to make it work quite effectively and make it quick. So you think the bottom lane here is going to be the prevailing line tonight?
I think in terms of being able to protect your position, the bottom line is going to be where you want to be. If you're trying to make a pass, the outside will work if you got a really solid truck, but otherwise, you're just going to be trying to avoid some dive bombs tonight because those open turns, how wide they are, I think you're going to be seeing a lot of that dive bomb in action.
All right. Well, we got a 17-truck field here for tonight, one of the biggest we've had this season. Some notables in the field that we've got tonight. We've got our most recent winner, Decent House 23, who won in this first ever North American eRacing League race. We've got your points leader, Jaw 2131, who's won 4 or 5 races this season. But also, we got a couple of Cup Series drivers that are coming down to go test their mettle here on the dirt. You got Swamp Fox 10, who earned his way in, punched his ticket through an exhibition race qualifying race. He earned a spot in here tonight, as well as N.R. Lewis 2478, who got a last-minute call-down into the race. So I just named off a few guys there, Jim. We got a bunch more. Is there anybody that you're keeping your eye on tonight? And if so, why?
Well, looking at the daily leaderboard, let me get to it here, because I believe Swamp is third on there. So I think that, yeah, Swamp, this is his home track. He's looked forward to this all season long. And, I mean, I just have a good feeling that Swamp's going to be up there tonight. He's really comfortable on the dirt. And I think you also have to look out. From what I saw and from what I'm thinking about, I think that Lieutenant Dangles will be up there as well, because we did a little bit of practice last night. He looked pretty quick. So I'll be interested to see how he fares on the dirt.
All right, there's a little bit of a wild card. Got Lieutenant Dangles in the 3 truck getting thrown out there. So Swamp Fox, who says he's not a road course ringer, but truly he has always professed his love for the dirt, says he's got a pretty good shot here tonight, as I think they've just finished up qualifying. Let me go ahead and get a stream opened up for you guys. See who's on pole.
Yeah, I'm looking at the daily lap leaderboard again, and Lewis in third, Decent House in fifth. I forgot to mention Decent House, our last winner in the Truck Series. Really solid, and I mean, he's another guy to look out for.
Yep. Last time out was a totally different track, though. It was a mile and a half, pretty high banked fast track at Charlotte, in which he was able to hold off Marksman and Jaw for the win. But we've got a short track tonight. We've got dirt, and it is a true wild card race here this evening, which you might see some different faces up front. We're about to find out here shortly, as we are waiting for them to load into the race. Looks like Jaw, one of our points leader, might be having some technical difficulties, so we're going to be on hold here for just a second and see gets back in. But looks like NR Lewis has got your pole tonight. So one of our Cup Series regulars finished real good last night in the 600, just like you, Jim, has found himself on the front row leading them to green tonight.
Yeah, I don't know much about Lewis and dirt, but he just seems like a fast guy everywhere he goes to. So puts a lot of time in the game, and I guess it's going to translate to dirt.
We're about to find out. As looks like they are loading in, so we can go ahead and use these invites and hop on in there as we go blue screen here for a minute. So bear with me. Okay.
There's no slots available.
All right, let me get with Wasted about that real quick. He put it on a 20 truck lobby, which is just not acceptable.
Whoops. Well, hey, if we get these guys to do a manual caution, you know what you got to get them to do? You got to get them to do that 4-wide salute to the fans.
Yeah, I don't foresee a 4-wide salute to the fans intentionally. I think that's just going to happen purely on accident if they do decide to pull that off. As we go green, we're still waiting on Jim to get a spot in here. Looks like the 77 truck of NR Lewis is maintaining the lead, followed closely by the 27 truck of Jaw.
Oh, okay, I'm in now.
You're in now? All right.
Yep.
All right. So as Jim loads in, we've got Lewis and Jaw here battling for the lead. Jaw's been one of our favorites and heavy hitters most all this season, and my internet's trying to catch up. They're a little bit squirrely right now. I apologize for that. Might just be the sideways racing here at Eldora, but Jaw has been able to show his worth at a lot of different style tracks this year, and he's trying to prove a point here tonight that it's just not a fluke. He is good everywhere he goes as he looks under the 77 of NR Lewis for the lead. He's using that low line. Lewis is trying to carry the momentum around the high side. We're going to go on board here with third place Moffitt. A little bit of a surprise here running third. Looking ahead at these two leaders, Lewis is hanging tough on that outside lane.
Yeah, you have to wonder where Moffitt's going to go here. Is he going to try that outside or that inside? We were talking about it earlier. What is your preferred line? But looks like Moffitt's going to try that inside.
Yeah, as we go on board here, we're on board with the 51 of Decent House, our most recent winner in the truck circuit. As my internet is just really squirrely here tonight. It is not caught up to these guys going sideways just yet.
Decent House back here in fourth. He's looking at a little bit of contact between Moffitt and NR Lewis right there. Moffitt got the wall.
Yeah, Moffitt got the wall.
He's going to have to save it. He does.
Going to slow up the momentum of the 51 truck of Decent House. The 18 of Deadshot ran right in the back of him. And don't look now, here comes our one of our favorites here tonight, Swamp Fox, in the custom number 76 Chevrolet. that red, white, and blue truck on the inside.
Yeah, those Cup regulars rolling with a little bit of a patriotic theme tonight. Seemed like an appropriate time to do it on the dirt. Those trucks look pretty nice.
And nothing like running some American paint schemes here on Cinco de Mayo. I think they should have gone with a little bit of red, white, and green to help celebrate that holiday. But hey, nothing wrong with repping the NARL colors. We're gonna go farther back in the pack here. And hop on board here with Kronk, Spite, Milk in the 2 truck, looking ahead at the front 7. It's been pretty clean so far. I haven't seen too many accidents. I haven't seen anybody spin it or loop it just yet, and I know how difficult this dirt can be, so pretty impressed so far.
Yeah, these guys are doing a good job of keeping it off of each other. The only contact I've seen, I haven't been looking back in the back of the pack, but between Moffitt and Lewis, other than that, I haven't seen these guys hit each other, and you know, you kind of expect it here with cars flying around all over the place. You're expecting a little more contact. It looks like Jaw's going for the lead.
Yeah, one of our...
Oh, 3 wide.
Let's get back up here to the front. We do have 3 wide for the lead as Moffitt's trying to capitalize on that move and use the extreme low lane to make the pass on both of them. Is he going to be able to pull a slide job? Here he does. He's going to clear all of them. As this internet is really starting to irritate me as these trucks go nice and sideways.
Oh man, Lewis right on the quarter panel, the left rear quarter panel of Moffitt, trying to look to the inside, but Moffitt's going to get a nice run on the outside. They're going to be side by side coming to the line.
As NR Lewis looks to go back under the 98 of Moffitt here, and he's going to try to pull a slide job right up in front of him. And he does. He's going to clear the 98 coming off of turn number 2 and heading down into turn 3. Looks like he made a little bit of contact with the inside wall. Checks up the front 6 or 7 trucks. They're all under a blanket right now.
No low contact between Jaw. I don't think it was on purpose, but Jaw just trying to get that linear drive off, got into the side of Moffitt.
A few things to note here in tonight's race. This is a 100% race tonight. It's going to be a full 150 laps. With that, it's going to be normal tire wear, which is ×1, but not really going to matter too much here on the dirt. Don't really get too much wear, fuel. Damage is going to be off, though. That's the big change for tonight. And that is because if these guys were to get involved in an accident and a caution didn't come out, they don't have the option to go down pit road because there isn't one. So these guys' only chances to pit are going to be under a caution or under a stage break. So we might be able to see a little bit of strategy play here because you don't really need to pit, but some guys might find it a little bit more comfortable to do so. So that might be something to look out for later. Is track position or quote-unquote fresher tire is going to be more important tonight. As the 98 truck on Moffitt is still out front, trying to pull a little bit of a gap on Lewis here in second place. As Jaw slides up in front of Lewis for second.
Oh man, a lot of contact back here between the 15 and the 3. They are bumping like crazy back here. Lieutenant Dangles and Huff and Puff still making contact.
There we are. These guys are side by side, racing hard early on here. Excuse me. Now you see that truck sitting on the inside lane, that orange truck coming out of turn number 2. That is a truck that's already backed out of the race. That is going to be the commissioner's truck, Wasted. He got the lobby started and backed out. But I know in normal races there's a pit lane for these guys to coast out on. So with that truck sitting there kind of on the racetrack, maybe sometimes in the racing group, depending on how you drive it, could that be a distraction to some of these guys?
Oh, maybe a little bit. I imagine after a while it just becomes second nature to get used to even going. Some guys are going through that ghosted truck of Wasted down there, so yeah, I think they get used to it after a while.
As it 3 and the 15 truck are still making contact with each other. The 3 gets hard in the wall coming off of turn 4 and across the
God
line.
of War is in the side of Jaw. This is going to allow second place to catch up right there. Decent House has made his way up to second. He's looking to the inside of Jaw.
There's so much action we can't even keep up here. We've got 3 wide with the lapped car of God of War trying his best to stay out of the way, but it's really bottling up these front guys. As we've got a lot of contact being made right now.
Yeah, the low speeds here, it kind of allows you to make more contact than normal at other tracks. You don't have to worry about ruining someone's race, especially when you mentioned no damage, another big thing.
Alright, I have turned off my phone Wi-Fi, so let's see if that helps me helps clear it up here in just a minute.
If it's any consolation, I'm streaming too, and I'm having the same problems as you. They're just twitching all over the place.
Yeah, okay. It might just be the track.
Yeah, I think it's the track.
This game might not used to be seeing these guys go sideways in the corners all the time. So I'm glad it's not just me.
Yeah, no, it's not just you. The 51, he's gonna not even get sideways there. It looked like he just drove it straight, and he's gonna get to the inside of Jaw again.
Now, these guys put a heck of a battle up last week at Charlotte, with Decent House ultimately coming out on top. But what a whale of a show they were able to provide for us. If you guys missed out on that, go check it out. It was an exciting race up until the final pit stops. Pull up a stream, let you guys know how many laps are left here in stage number 1. For a second, we're in the buffer. Let's scroll through the field here. We have a caution? Looks like
that
we
a
have
caution? All right. Well, I was just about to comment on how the 51 and the 27 have been racing side by side for the last 5 or 6 laps without any contact whatsoever. That's really hard to do, especially on corner exit, seeing how tight the truck gets. Usually you tap the wall on exit, right where that start-finish line is, and somehow, some way, Decent House has been able to stay off of Jaw. It's made for some great racing up front.
Yeah, the caution was due to the 17 truck of God of War looping it coming out of the last corner and collecting some of the guys towards the back of the field. And that's what brought out the caution, but we are within 10 laps to go, stage number 1. So stage number 1 has gone by here pretty quickly. And overall, it's been very, very well.
Maybe a little strategy here. Looks like Moffitt and Deadshot's on the front row under the restart.
Jim, I know you're not too much of a dirt ringer, but are you aware of any sort of adjustments you can make to these trucks to make them a little bit faster or handle a little bit better?
Not even slightly. Anybody that can find something here, they need to let me know, because I've been struggling with this track since this game came out.
All right, it's on board here with NARL Lewis. We got the truck going inside of him here. The servers here on NASCAR Heat 4 are not cooperating at the moment. Now they're clearing each other. Yeah, they're a little overburdened due to this pandemic.
How about the 45 of Marksman Jr. looking to the inside of Moffitt for second right now, right on the back bumper of Deadshot.
Give Moffitt a little bit of a bump heading into turn 3. Looks underneath, trying to steal stage number 1. But if I do remember correctly, Marksman ran pretty good here in another league.
Oh, contact there with Lewis.
Him and Lewis
is gonna save though. Oh, someone just drove Marksman right out of the way.
Deep.
Oh, we got a crash back here in the back.
Yeah,
that's the 76 of Swamp Fox.
Yeah, the Swamp Fox has been involved in an accident towards the back. Looks like the caution's not going to come out. So Swamp's got his work cut out for him if he wants to make his way back up through the field here. I know it's his home race, and he's kind of expecting a good run tonight. And it's going to be a challenge for him to get that run.
We have another comer up here at the front. Huff and Puff to third, looking to the inside of Moffitt. This is crazy racing. A little contact with Moffitt, and I believe
Looks
that's
like the caution is out, and that's going to end the stage. We'll wait for the official results to come out. But it looks like Deadshot is going to be your stage 1 winner here tonight. Followed by, I think Moffitt's going to hold on for second. And Huff and Puff, I believe, is going to be third with Marksman fourth and Keenitson fifth. Here in stage number 1.
How about that for Huff and Puff? One guy that we really haven't seen up front much this season. Maybe he's one of those dirt ringers that we were talking about earlier. I don't know because I haven't really raced around him much, but he looked to be pretty planted down there.
Yeah,
third in the stage.
Not too bad there for Huff and Puff. P3 in stage number 1. That's let me double check here on that. But that is Huff and Puff's first stage top 5 result of this season. So his
he's
first
on
stage
the outside,
points.
dead shot.
Looks like, cross our fingers, it's kind of the service has kind of become a little bit more stable. So knock on a little bit of wood, cross your fingers. Hope it remains that way. We've got Deadshot leading this field here at the beginning of stage number 2. Followed closely behind by the 15 of Huff and Puff. You see the 24 of K. Keenitz and the 45 of Marksman side by side for third.
Oh, a little contact between Marksman and Keenitz.
That's going to check up fourth on back and allow the top 3 to get a breakaway here.
Oh, we have a huge crash here in the back. Agent Chancho, Decent House, Swamp Fox. 3 good trucks.
Oh, as Marksman gets put up in the wall, he's going to make contact. He's going to spin.
Someone into him.
He's going to hit the 98, the 17. He's going to get involved.
How do we not have a caution?
We're going to stay green.
Just racing one lap.
We're going to stay green as the game decides it's just not the right time for a caution just yet. We do not run strict cautions here in the truck series of the North American eRacing League. It's relaxed only, so sometimes it's just not going to call one when it probably should. And that might have been one of those times.
Or it's definitely one of those times. It's still a big cluster back here with the guys at wrecked. Still Decent House, Swamp, 17 of God of War, 02 of
we got
Agent
3
Chancho, all
and
these
4
guys.
wide coming out of the last corner. As I'm looking back from the nose of Agent Chancho's 02 Chevrolet, looking back at Swamp Fox and Decent House. Swamp's trying hard to make his way back up through the field.
Battle starting to heat up for second here between Huff and Puff and the 24 of K. Keenitz. And it looks like K. Keenitz is going to clear him for that second position.
He does clear the 15 of Huff and Puff for P2,
Oh, a little
but the
crossover
15
though.
tries the crossover. That's something you can see here tonight. You can make it work. He's going to try the slide
Oh,
jump, but
he sends it. He sends it a little bit there.
he wasn't clear. But Keenitz manages to hang on.
If you're Huff and Puff here, you're battling your butt off. This is the best you've performed all season long. Heck yeah, you want to keep that second position.
Yeah, he was looking forward to this race going into tonight. His confidence is higher, and he's proven it tonight, running here P2 here in stage number 2. Keenitz in third, got Kronk's Fight Milk in the 2 truck in fourth, and as I say that, Keenitz uses the 15 truck up just a little bit, gave him a bumper, got on by, and the 15 looks like he's trying to repay the favor.
A little bit of retaliation there. Is that Kronks behind him?
That is Kronk's in fourth place, and Reap. Reap is in fifth in the 32 Chevrolet. The all-black 32. Let's sack around to Reap and watch this action in front of him. Wherever I can find. There he is. And with all this fight going on for P2, that has allowed Deadshot to get away. Deadshot with a big gap here. second place K Keenitz. As it looks like Deadshot's trying to navigate his way through some traffic. Let's go back up front. I think it was just one truck he was getting around. Looks like he made his way around the 17 of God of War to put him a lap down, maybe another lap down. I can't remember if he got his lap back at that stage break or not. Next up in his line of sight is going to be the 02 of Agent Chancho, and it looks like the 22 of Charblazer are going to be the next two trucks that he's going to come to put a lap down. But he's got a 2-second gap over second place, so no need to push it right now.
Looks like we're starting to get a battle for third, fourth, and fifth right here between Huff and Puff, Kronk's Fight Milk, and Reap.
Yeah, Reap is closing in here.
Reap, yeah.
Ooh, a little bit of a
contact.
bumper from the Kronk's Fight Milk. The two truck. That's going to slow his momentum up, though. It's going to open the door for Reap. Reap's going to get right up next to his bumper, but not going to be able to have enough momentum to get up next to him just yet. And as these guys fight, here comes that 3 truck that you mentioned before the race, Lieutenant Dangles, up here in the top 6.
It seems like just about everybody's been up front tonight. It seems to be a track that lends to a lot of comers and goers, because I've seen, like I said, just about anybody up here.
Yeah, we've seen some fresh faces up front tonight. This track is really a true wild card, much like Talladega and Daytona, where drafting can provide exciting moments for people you may not expect. The dirt racing here at Eldora is much of the same. Some guys take this dirt a whole lot quicker than other guys, though. But maybe during the end of this race, the latter stages, some of these guys that have run these 120, 130 laps will finally find a rhythm and start making their way back towards the front.
Yeah.
As it looks like Deadshot has made his way around Charblazer and Agent Chancho to put them both a lap down. As we're on board here with K Keenitz looking ahead at all 3.
Oh, the 15 and the 17 got into it a little bit. Here goes Cross. They're going to go 3 wide right there. 15 holds on to it. Man, was it 17? He's crowding some people. Does not want to lose all that track position.
Ooh, the 17 hits the wall coming out of turn 4. He's going to get run over by the 27 truck, as he's trying his best to stay out of the way. He's still one of the newest drivers to this game in this series, so he's still got quite a ways to go in terms of learning to keep up with some of these more experienced guys. But he's trying his best.
Yeah, and on dirt, it's a massive learning curve. I mean,
it is. Some of these
here
guys
I am, like a year and a half later, and I still don't know how to drive this track. So I can't really blame him for struggling at a track like Eldora.
Very minimal laps on the dirt, so they're just trying to suffer through tonight. As we're about halfway through stage number 2.
Oh, the 2 is, I think that's Kronk's that just got taken out.
Yep, the 2 truck of Kronk's is around.
Yeah, someone, I think it was Charblazer, lost it right in front of him, and Kronk's was just the unfortunate victim in that one. Spun it around.
Yeah, it looks like the 24 truck got caught up. Keenitz, second place, got caught up with the 2 lap trucks of Charblazer and Chancho. And that
Reap had the same problem. Reap's going to fall back a couple positions here. I don't know what happened to him, but he was off the pace on the front stretch.
Yeah, that got the 22 squirrely right into the path of the 2 truck and just took the 2 truck out. And that's going to cost him a top 5 spot here in stage number 2, it appears. As we've got a fight for third place between Huff and Puff and Jaw, who has made his way back up through the field.
Jaw has made his way up to third. Man,
he's currently in 4th, trying to find a way around the 15 truck of Huff and Puff. He's gonna look like he's gonna make the low line. He's gonna give a little bit of a bumper to Huff and Puff. going to get 15 a little squirrely, push him down to the inside wall, but the 27 truck is able to clear.
Oh, 15's going to give it back to him right here.
15 gave it right back. 15's not taking any prisoners tonight. He's not putting up with the BS. He's going to give it right back to the 27. And Lieutenant Dangles behind these two is loving seeing it all.
Oh, he doesn't want to be part of it, though. Bump gave him right up in front of him.
Lieutenant Dangles is just on the outside of the playoff line looking in, so these stage points for him, if he can get some here in stage number 2, would be very valuable. So he can't afford a mistake right now. Behind Dangles,
yeah, it looks like there's a whole different dynamic here at Eldora, one that I didn't really expect, but navigating lap traffic looks to be the guys that can navigate lap traffic the best are the guys that are up front.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be a huge factor here on who can win this race tonight. That's a good point you made, because these guys aren't used to seeing a whole lot of lap traffic. So having to race between the slower traffic, as the 0-2 truck, speaking of traffic, is around on the front stretch, and it's going to catch the 3 truck of Dangles. Dangles is able to keep it straight.
The 0-2 is going to keep it up against the wall.
Yeah, the lap traffic tonight is definitely going to play a factor with these leaders, as Dangles is hanging on to 5th place. And behind Dangles is the 20 truck of Up the Irons, who has slowly and surely gotten better and better the longer the season has gone. And he's coming off of a really solid top 5 finish last race out at Charlotte. Your one-time Xfinity Series winner from last season, Up the Irons in the 20 truck. Right there behind Lieutenant Dangles, who we're on board with. Looks like NR Lewis is looking beneath the 20 truck to grab 6th place. Let's go back up here to your leader, though, and check out, see how he's doing.
17 lost it in front of the 32.
The 12 truck is also around there. It lies. He gets it righted. We stayed green. All right, let's go find Deadshot. See how he's navigating.
Oh, 15's around, turn 4.
Just as I go back to the leaders, we've got a big wreck here in turn 4. Trucks everywhere. That's definitely going to bring out a caution. Trucks
I caught that, and it was the 15. He was trying to get the run out of the corner, and he cut straight down on Dangles, or maybe it was the other way around. But yeah, that led to the 15 spinning it in turn 4 right in front of a lot of guys that had to use that real estate to make the turn.
Yeah, so we had a big pile up there. A lot of trucks were involved. Fortunately for them, damage is off tonight, so if they don't want to pit, they don't have to fix their trucks.
Yeah, and this might be a little bit of saving grace for some of those guys that were mired back there from wrecks earlier. They'll be able to group it all back up here and give it a run for the end of the stage.
Get lined back up here for the resumption of stage number 2. We're going to have probably a 10 to 15 lap shootout to the end of this stage. You double check once the stream catches up. But now we're down to the latter stages of stage number 2, as Deadshot leads them back to green, with Keenitz to the outside, Jaw in 3rd place, Lieutenant Dangles in 4th, and Up the Irons is up into the top 5. A little bit of contact between Keenitz and Jaw.
A lot of contact there. The 3's going to scoot under Jaw, it looks like.
NR Lewis is trying to rim ride the outside lane. Trying to carry that momentum from 6th place. He's going to take the spot. He's going to get all the way up to 4th already. This is a good view from on board the 77 of NR Lewis, as we're going to have 6 to go here in stage number 2. Deadshot pulling a quick gap over 2nd and 3rd as they start fighting for stage points here.
He's going to want to get all the gap he can, though, because Jaw's coming.
Jaw is coming. He has made his way all the way from the back to the front tonight. And this is not one of Jaw's favorite racetracks, so it's quite impressive to see him make his way back up through the field. Here comes the 15 truck of Huff and Puff, who I just got a glimpse of off the back bumper.
Oh, 24 in the wall.
The action is fast and furious, so I just can't even keep up.
I know, I can't either.
There's
so
stuff
much
happening
going on
everywhere.
every single lap.
There is stuff happening everywhere.
Oh, I can't believe that this 15 is happy with the 3 right now. Keep your eye on that.
Let's go on board here with Huff and Puff. As it looks like he made a little mistake coming out of 2. He's going to put Swamp in the wall.
Swamp's around. And that won't be a caution. Look like a 2-car accident. No, it is caution.
That's a caution. Let me see if that ends stage number 2. That's going to end stage number 2 as we only had 2 laps remaining. So stage results, looks like Deadshot is going to take stage number 2 as well as stage number 1. So he's going to sweep the stages here tonight, followed by Jaw, Keenitz, Dangles, and NR Lewis is going to get 5th. So Jim, as we rack them up here for the final stage, still got a lot of time left and a lot of things can happen, but does anybody have anything for that 18 truck tonight? He's looking awfully strong.
It looks like it's crazy because I've seen so many guys up front that could give him a run for his money, but it's just that there's so many people that think they can that it's just clogging it all up, and 18's starting to scoot away with it. So yeah, we'll have to see if anybody else contends. Jaw's on the outside, and K. Keenit's on that inside. He's been strong all night as well.
And what's helping that 18 truck is maintaining his track position here. So these guys start fighting for second, third on back, and it's just allowing the 18 to creep away. And he's fast enough here to be able to maintain his gap. As he's got Jaw right on his back bumper now, though. Our championship leader through 10 races so far here in Season 2 of the North American eRacing Leagues.
Oh, a little contact with the leader.
Season, with the inaugural season for our truck series. We are going roof cam here with NR Lewis. Checking out all that dirt getting thrown tonight. Got a little mud on the tires. Fast and furious battle here for the lead. Fast and furious battle throughout the top 5 here. They're right nose to tail with each other.
I have to believe, Gator, if you're in that second position and you can analyze every move that leader is making, where he's making mistakes, where he's just a tad slower, like you see John entering a little higher, he's going to get a nice run on the 18 on exit. You have to believe being in that second position is pretty beneficial in that regard.
Just kind of watching his line, observing a little bit, see what the 18 is doing right, see what he's doing wrong, see where you can gain time, where you're losing it. It's not a bad spot to be. Looks like Keenitz missed his corner just a little bit. He washes up and almost into the wall off of 4. Lewis does hit the wall, but manages to keep it straight as he looks to the outside of the 3 truck, Lieutenant Dangles.
That 27's all over the 18. He sends it on him again, and that's a caution.
We have a caution.
Let's see.
Let's scroll back through here, see if we have any trucks that are piled up on top of one another.
It looks like this Swamp, Marksman, Agent Chancho, Reap, these guys are all pretty far back here. Must have been a little bit of a dust up between them.
Yeah, Swamp's just had a rough one tonight. He lost all of his track position and has not been able to get it back. So kind of unfortunate for Swamp, who's still mired mid-pack. Really looking forward to tonight. But he's still got about 50 laps to go once we restart this race to make his way back up through the field. But it's going to be hard. Track position really does matter at this track.
Yeah, still plenty of time. He's he's gonna have to hope for a couple mistakes from guys in front of him, or you know, he could hook that bottom and start sending it on some guys. But we'll have to see.
Yeah, as we fire him back up here for the resumption of the final stage. The 18 of Deadshot collapses on the inside of the 27 of Jaw. He's going to slide up.
Oh, he slid up. The 27's going to get to his inside.
Will the 18 be able to maintain his lead with the momentum off the high lane. He gets a little bit of contact from the 27. But it looks like he's going to be able to hold his lead. He's going to pull a little bit of a gap. As the 27 gets some contact, he's going to get her. What a save.
He must have got too loose there.
I thought he was going around off the nose of the 24 truck.
See, Gator, we didn't see it on our screen, but I guarantee if we look back on a stream, we'll see that that 27 was not just sideways, but he was all the way perpendicular to the corner.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't show on the stream, but yeah, I don't think he brake checked.
Oh, it's the
and he's
17
around.
Just cleared out the 27.
And that's not gonna be a caution, but there's no one around back here. Oh, there's a lot around. Hold on, there's a car flipping, truck flipping. That was puff and puff, and that is gonna be a caution.
Yeah, the lap car just took out Jaw, just cleaned his clock. So along with Swamp, it looks like Jaw's gonna restart towards the back half of this field. Has got work to do again to get his way back up towards the front. What an unfortunate situation getting take out by a lap truck there. That's,
I don't know if you watched it, Gator, but it reminded me a lot of what happened to Hamlin and John Hunter Nemechek in the Dover iRacing Invitational thing. Just the lap truck was on the inside and just cleared out the truck on the top of them.
Yeah, which allowed William Byron to pick up his third win in that series. He's kind of been
still
forced
salty
to be
about that.
reckoned
Hamlin
with.
should have won that one.
Yeah, I know you're a big Hamlin fan, and that's fine. You're from Virginia, so it's understandable. However, William Byron has proven to be a dominant force on that iRacing series for NASCAR.
He sure has. And getting back to what's happening in our race, it looks like the 24 of K. Keenis is going to give his shot a dead shot for the lead.
He is. He looks under the 18 truck for the lead as the 12 truck goes around in the back.
Look who's in third. That's Swamp Fox in P3. It's a caution, but Swamp Fox has made his way up to either third or second now.
Using a little bit of strategy in that caution to pull off some track position here, as we had a big wreck in the back with the 12 truck going around mid-pack, and a lot of trucks just running him over.
Yeah, Gator, that brings me to a question I had for you earlier that I didn't ask, but I'm going to ask it now. Do tires mean anything at Eldora? Like, how important is tire wear?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Okay, so
it's just kind of a little comfort blanket, per se. I mean, you love to see all of your tires at 100%, but tire wear means almost nothing here.
Well, I'm interested why not many other people have tried that strategy that Swamp did to gain those positions.
So I haven't really seen Deadshot pit this whole race, and that's probably not a bad strategy, and that's a good way to keep your track position here. As he's going to get challenged again from the outside by Kay Keenitz in the 24 truck, who's able to keep his front nose on that rear quarter panel of the 18. Not anymore as the 18 drives it off hard into corner number 3.
Another guy that's right in this battle that we haven't seen since stage 1 got caught up in a couple accidents was Moffitt. He's back up there.
I'm on board with Moffitt right now, looking ahead at Swamp and Keenitz battling for second, and NR Lewis underneath the 98 for fourth. But Swamp from out of nowhere, back up here in the front. Bet that's a pretty good feeling. As
Moffitt's going to drive the 24 way off the track there. He's going to take the probably third position out of that.
Yeah, Moffitt drove it in on the 24, but here comes a little bit of a bumper I saw for some payback as the 98 washes up the track. The 24 gives him another bumper as they are 3 wide for P3.
Yeah, Moffitt's going to get that run on exit. If he doesn't get contact, he might clear him. He got a little contact. It will keep him within distance of that 24 for another bump. But it looks like Moffitt finally cleared him.
Moffitt's one of those guys where you don't really hear too much about, but is always pretty consistent. Coming home with top 5, top 10 finishes all the time. And he is pretty solidly in the playoff battle right now. Don't really talk too much about him, though. He's a very, very quiet driver.
Yeah, and stop me if you if this isn't right, but the 98 in real life has had success at Eldora, correct?
I believe Grant Enfinger has had some success here.
Maybe that truck's just bad fast because Moffitt is on a mission. He is gonna go chase down those top two right now.
Yeah, we've got quite the battle for the lead, though, as the 76 of Swamp looks underneath the 18. Going to challenge the 18 for the top spot here in stage number 3.
That's what Moffitt really wants to see. If those two can get side by side, it slows them down, makes them have to check up a little more to keep it out of the wall. If they could just get side by side, that'll be Moffitt's best hope right now.
As we've got around 30 laps to go here in the North American eRacing League's Gander RV and Outdoors Truck Series, Eldora Dirt Derby here at Eldora Speedway. Coming down to the final laps here.
A lot
the
of
76
contact there
gives a
between
bumper
Swamp.
to the 18.
Swamp's gonna take the lead out of that. The 18's gonna give him a shot back. You can guarantee it.
Here it comes.
Oh, there it is.
There's the bump. Going to drive the 76 all the way to the wall. They're both going to hold on to it side by side for the lead. The Swamp's going to try to use the momentum from the high side to clear back by the 18. The 18 gives them room.
He's gonna get the high side. There you go. That high side working its magic.
Yeah, the 18 left him some room there. Leaves him room again. They're fighting hard. Will the outside lane prevail or will the inside lane prevail? They are still neck and neck.
This is incredible racing up here. It looks like 76 got to try to go for a crossover.
Yeah,
maybe
looks like
no.
The 76 conceded the high lane to try to use a crossover move, a little bit of a bump to the 18 truck, just to let him know he's still there. The 18 washes up the track and he's going to hit the wall. That's going to open the door for the 76. It looked like he hit the wall. Maybe he saved it.
On my screen he didn't. He just got a really good, it gave him the perfect arc into turn 3 and he's going to clear Swamp.
Got super close to it. The Swamp looks underneath again.
I'll be honest with you, Gator. With all this racing up here, I was expecting third on back to start catching up to our leaders, but it looks like these guys are just bad fast because third on back has not been able to catch up. Might be a little bit because
Swamp's got a good run coming off of corner number 2. He's going to clear the 18 truck going into 3. We've got a new leader.
He's going to go for crossover.
Swamp Fox is taking the point for now. And it looks like the 98 truck hit the wall in the back, so he's going to drop back a few spots.
Oh, man, he jacked the 76 rear tires up off the ground. Somehow the 76 kept it planted.
You're sideways here anyways. Who needs the rear tires to stay gripped? Swamp hits the wall.
In the wall, and that's going to check up the 18 as well. The 18's done with it. He's just going to drive him right out of the way.
No more Mr. Nice Guy from the 18 truck. He drives through the 76 in turn 1. He's going to clear Swamp.
These two go back to the their little beef goes back to the All-Star race. It seemed like those two couldn't stop finding each other on the racetrack, and yeah, it's definitely continued here at Eldora.
Yeah, what an amazing battle for the lead we've had. These guys just keep going over and under on each other. Swamp back to the front. The 18 gives the 76 another bump. He's going to push the 76 up the track. He's going to try to take advantage off of 4.
The inside.
2. Swamp chops the nose of the 18 heading into 3.
Oh, he hit the inside wall a little.
What a furious battle for the lead here with about 20 to go. Swamp's now got a truck length gap on the 18 truck as they come up on a bunch of lap traffic.
Oh, man. I didn't even see the lap traffic. I was busy looking at the race.
They cleared 2 of the 4. Got 2 more in front of them. Got Marksman and Krunks still in front of the leaders here.
I'm interested to see what Marksman does. That's his teammate behind him. But you want to stay on that lead lap in case caution comes out, and there's a lot of guys going a lap down. You might not get that lucky dog or a chance to win this race. So I'm interested to see what that 45 does.
Swamp's looking underneath the 2 truck. Gonna try to clear him off of 2. He does not. I suspect he's going to be able to clear him here in 3 and 4, and he does. That's 3 of the 4 lap trucks out of the way. Ooh, as the 18 gets a little bit of contact from the 2.
Oh my goodness. The 18 sent it in there.
The 18 just sent it in on the lap truck.
A lot of track position right there. He's going to lose touch with the 76 of Swamp Fox.
Give the bumper to the 2 truck again, saying, "Get out of my way."
Oh man, he's just riding him now. He's just using him as an extra wall.
And the 2 truck is showing the 18-0 favors here tonight. Swamp is still trying to get around the 45 here. That is
45.
Even with all this battle with the lap traffic, 3rd place is not really caught up to these 2.
Yeah, it looks like Moffitt got it back, correct?
As the 45, the 76 cleared the 45, so the 76 has got clear track ahead of them. As the 18 still fighting the 2 truck. Looks like he's going to be able to get him here in turn 3. He does. He's going to finally clear the 2 truck and set his sights on the 45 and the 76 in front of him. So a lap truck separates 1st and 2nd place here in the latter stages of this race.
The action hasn't gotten any less intense across this racetrack because the battle for 3rd right now between Decent House, K. Keenitz, and Moffitt is raging right now. I've seen some great races tonight. Like, can we just get the cup cars here? I wouldn't be any good, but it'd be some great races.
Can you imagine those cup cars at this track, though? That would be very, very sketchy.
I would take it.
Your forearms and your legs would be worn out after using that wheel setup all night.
Oh, the 98 is in the wall. K. Keenitz is going to look to his inside. Decent House already took a spot from him for 3rd. And K. Keenitz is looking for 4th. I believe that's Jaw behind.
You are correct. Jaw has made his way back up towards the top 5. As the 98 truck hits the wall coming off of corner number 4 down the front stretch, that's gonna open the door for him to get back in the top 5. So K. Keenitz up to 4th, Jaw on 5th, Moffitt back to 6th.
What a rebound. We've said this before, but what a rebound for Jaw to come back up to 5th. He's getting a lot of contact from Moffitt right there, but man, he got wiped out by lap traffic, and here he is back in the top 5.
You've got 3rd through 6th here, nose to tail. As we are within 10 laps to go here at Eldora. The 98 truck.
Crocs on the front stretch is flipping. That's not Crocs, sorry, Agent Chancho.
Looks like they've gotten it cleared up.
Oh my goodness, it looked like Swamp misjudged it just a little bit, got higher and thought the O2 was just going to give it to him, and O2 was still there, and he just got pinched in the wall.
Yeah, Swamp is still making his way through all the lap traffic here. He's had a bunch coming down to the end of this race. He's had to navigate his way through, but he's navigated his way through better than the 18 has, and that's the reason Swamp's driven out to a pretty big lead right now. So looks like Swamp's got one more truck in front of him, and then it's clear track behind him. Nobody in front of him really.
That's a caution.
Wow!
We have a caution.
Okay, well that changes everything.
Throw that all out the window now. It's gonna be hectic on this restart.
Yeah, that changes everything. We're gonna have a restart here with about 3 to go, and that's just gonna open the door for a lot. I expect to see a lot of full sends, lots of contact, maybe some more cautions because cautions breed cautions. But wow.
So here's the question, Gator. Here's the question. We talked about it at the top of the show. I'm going to ask you here. If you're Swamp and you have a preferred line, you have the inside or the outside. The outside has shown to give you a nice run on exit. but the inside's safer. Which one are you taking?
I mean, obviously, you got the inside lane. He's going to have to make that work on the restart. If he clears the 18, he's probably going to continue using that inside lane. As we have a restart here with about 3 laps to go. The 18,
that 18's going to send it
he
right
sends
on
it
him.
into the 76.
76 is going to
Here
wash
comes
up.
the
Here comes the
51.
51 of Decent House.
This is the last lap here at Eldora.
Oh, Swamp is not going to be happy about that. What is Decent House going to do? He saw what the 18 did. What is he going to do for this one?
Looks like he's going to play it safe. He's not going to give the 18 a bump.
And that's
Deadshot claps. Backs up his Daytona win with his second win here in the North American eRacing League by winning on the dirt here at Eldora with a full send move on the 76 on that final restart. I'm sure Swamp is irate.
And who wouldn't be? Anyone that had that position was looking so good going in there without that caution. Caution comes out, everything changes. And yeah, Deadshot is your winner.
Swamp goes all the way back to 7th on that final restart after that full send by the 18 truck. What a move here. So it's going to be the 18 of Deadshot. Decent House is going to be your runner-up, and it looks like Jaw came home for 3rd. With Keenitz in 4th. Up the irons, surprisingly, got another top 5 here on the dirt in 5th place. And that's going to round out your top 5. As I'm going to go blue screen here for a minute, see if we can't get our winner, Deadshot Claps, in here for a post-race interview to get his side of the story on that exciting last lap or last restart. Let's go blue screen here.
Crazy stuff. And that's kind of what you expected going into it, wasn't it? Just
I expected a full send there, and sure enough, it ended up happening. As Deadshot's not appearing online, so we're going to scroll all the way down to people showing offline. There he is. Invite. As we've got Deadshot, hopefully, on his way into our party chat. We're going to make sure his voice is shared this time, because his post-race interview at Daytona, we couldn't hear him.
Yeah, so Deadshot winning Daytona and Eldora. Could you pick 2 tracks you would rather win at than those?
2 completely opposite tracks. As we have our winner joining us here in the booth. Deadshot, I know we tried an interview at Daytona and your voice wasn't shared, so make sure you have that on tonight before we start this. All right. Well, you go from the high banks of Daytona, a fast 2.5-mile track, and come all the way to rural Ohio to a short little dirt track, and managed to claim them both your second win of the season. How were you able to pull that off tonight? Yeah, we send our condolences there to the loss of your friend's grandmother. But on that last restart there, you went full send there on the 76 and moved him out of the way. I know he's not a Truck Series regular, so points mean more to you than it does for him. But after that fast and furious battle, back and forth in stage 3, back and forth, crossover after crossover, inside lane to outside lane, back and forth, you finally got some lap traffic, and it kind of separated you guys with the 76 managing to navigate his way through there better than you. But when that last caution came out, what went through your mind immediately? Because that just gave you another opportunity to get this. Well, you definitely laid the bumper there to him, and I'm sure he's probably not happy about that right now. But that's just a little bit of short track dirt racing for you. So congratulations on your win tonight. In the booth, I have Big Jim with me. What kind of question do you have for our winner tonight, Jim?
Yeah, man. I don't really have any question for you. Gator kind of stole mine. No, he didn't really steal it, but it was the only thing I had. So I'll just say condolences to your friend's lost grandmother, and congratulations on the win.
All right, Deadshot. I know you already shouted out who you wanted to, but before we let you get on out of here for the night, is there any other final words or any more shout outs you want to give before you head on out? All right. Well, apologies to Swamp Fox. You heard it here first from the 18 truck, but he had to do what he had to do to grab that final dub. So, Deadshot, congratulations on your second win this season. That's 5 more playoff points in the bank for you. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time out as the truck series is going to hit up. Let me pull up the schedule here. Kansas next week. So, next time we will see
He's on
Deadshot on
top of
track.
it.
Yeah, next time we see Deadshot on track is going to be next week at Kansas. So have a good night, bud, and happy Cinco de Mayo. All right, there's your winning interview. As we're going to go ahead and try to get our runner-up in here real quick before we get on out of here, which was Decent House, who managed to work his way back up through the field and come home with a solid second place finish to back up his win last week. As we are blue screen right now, you guys won't be able to hear Jim. So let's go ahead and get Decent House in here. Of course, he was showing offline as well, so I had to scroll all the way down for him. We'll wait just a minute. So, that last move there, Jim, dirty or not dirty?
Man, I unbiasedly, I have to say, I'm sorry, Swamp, but it's the end of the race. You two have both been dooring each other the entire night.
Yeah.
It's just racing at that point, and I
So,
mean, I think the only thing Swamp could have done any different would have been hold the bottom even more, where he wouldn't have even gotten sideways and just grinded against the
yeah.
inside wall.
So,
But
Jim's
yeah,
leaning towards acceptable on that. As we are joined
yeah.
by our runner-up finisher here tonight, Decent House. What a good run tonight. You backed up your win last week at Charlotte in your first ever North American eRacing League race with a second place here on the dirt. How about that?
That was fun.
Yeah,
I
we did the full pull here at Eldora tonight, all 150 laps of it. So I imagine your hands are just a little bit sore.
Yes, sir. I tell you what, we I was really good in stage one there, and Joe and I were having a great race, and I pitted and got stuck back there, and it was like I was a pinball, and I was just getting beat around, and I was probably hitting some guys, and but finally in stage three, we got settled down, and um, I had some open track, and I was able to pick off those guys, and then caution kind of fell in my hands, and
Hmm.
I was just hoping for a mistake at that point, and I was gonna race, uh, KBM truck one, so that's pretty cool. But congrats to the winner there. So that was fun. It was a good time, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, we didn't see too much of you there in stage number two, and even the final stage, as track position is so valuable there. But through cautions and maybe a little bit of strategy, you were able to work your way back up and end up with a P2 finish to back up your win last week at Charlotte. So congratulations on your runner-up win. Again tonight in the booth with me, I've got Big Jim, who I had last week. So Jim, what kind of a question do you have for our runner-up here tonight?
Yeah, decent. Good job on the second place finish. I know it's just one short of where you wanted to be, but I have to ask you, I'm looking at the daily fastest leaderboards, and you put down the fastest lap with a 19.202. That was essentially a tenth and a half quicker than our race winner. How comfortable were you on dirt coming into this one?
Well, I mean, I grew up in North Central West Virginia, so dirt track racing's in my blood. So, I've been going watching dirt races for years. So, I love dirt racing. I've never really ran a league race on dirt before, so it was intense. But yeah, it was man, I wanted that one. It was tough to finish second, but yeah, the truck felt really great after I was pretty loose for the first five seven laps, and then the right rear came in and I don't know, it just felt real good on the bottom, and I was able to carry a bunch of speed through the center of the turn, and um, I don't know, I wish I would have had that a little better restart there at the end, but
Yeah.
it was still fun.
Yeah,
Well,
one last question for you. You were right there. If you were just a little closer, and how you saw how the 18 drove the 76 a little earlier, was the same thing coming for him if you were getting there?
was a bump coming, is what Jim was asking.
Yeah, well, yeah, for a win at Eldora, I might have ruffled some feathers, but I gotta, I'm new to this league, so I don't want to tick anyone off. I'm trying to race clean and respectable, and I got beat on in the back, and I'm sure I hit a few guys, um, but I mean, it's cool a KBM guy won, but yeah, I mean, for the win, I probably, if I was a little closer and we had another lap or
Mhm.
so, yeah, it might have been a different story, but during the qualifying race and stuff, the 18 ran me clean and everything. So yeah, it was fun coming from the back, and uh, if I had to do it all over again, I probably would have never pit because I just got so far back,
Mhm.
and it wore me out. I can tell you that. I'm sweating over here.
Yeah,
well,
and racing clean will get you very far in the NARL, so we appreciate
yeah.
that. Good run
Well,
tonight.
absolutely. Eldora is one of those crown jewels that everybody wants to win, but second place is not a bad spot to finish, especially in your first or your second ever race here in the North American eRacing League. So, congratulations on your second place finish tonight. Is there anybody you want to shout out before we let you hop out of here and start preparing for Kansas next week?
Um, well, I'd like to shout out my coworkers. Some of them are watching. I told them to tune in. It'll be a hell of a show. And I'd also like to shout out my dad. I know he's watching. So, and my brother. I'm sure my brother was watching as well. So, just want to give them a shout out and try to get one position better in Kansas. I feel pretty good at that track. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, there you heard it from your runner-up finisher here tonight. Decent House brings us home for a 1-2 finish by KBM. So just like Deadshot, next time you see Decent on the track is going to be next week, next Tuesday night, sorry, at Kansas Motor Speedway as we go back to another mile and a half. So make sure you guys tune in for that. But tomorrow, the Xfinity Series goes road course racing at Mid-Ohio. So you may or may not see myself in the race. Hint, hint, maybe. Big Jim might be calling the race for me. Who knows? But Xfinity Series at Mid-Ohio tomorrow night. And on Thursday night, the Cup Series is also going to go road course racing. But they're going to Canadian Tire, going to get thrown a curveball for the Cup guys. So 2 road courses coming up here in the North American eRacing League. So Jim, before we sign off for the night, any final thoughts on what you saw tonight, what you're looking forward to upcoming, and what you got for us?
Eldora did not disappoint. That was some of the most aggressive, but some of the best racing I've seen in the series thus far. It was fantastic to watch and fantastic to commentate. And as for in the future, I think Canadian Tire will be pretty interesting, and I think Mid Ohio will be pretty interesting. So yeah, we got a nice little lineup of tracks coming up for you guys.
Yep. Eldora definitely proved its worth tonight. It ended up being one of the best races of the season. So can't wait to revisit Eldora in season number 3 of the NARL, which is probably going to take place on the newly announced NASCAR Heat 5. They announced today it's going to come out on July 7th, right after our season 2 wraps up. So perfect timing for that. So to everybody who's still tuned in here, to everybody that has watched our stream tonight, we thank you. We appreciate your participation. We appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, your comments. And to everybody out there, all my gnarly ones, I hope you guys have a great Tuesday evening and have a good rest of the week. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow in the Xfinity race. So everybody, have a good night. Thanks for tuning in.